Hi there and welcome. Today we are diving into all about how to transform your body using food and your eating habits. We're going to be talking specifically about how to master fat loss as well as how to build muscle through food and nutrition. So, welcome. I'm so excited to be doing this masterclass for all of you. My name is Alli Tallman. I'm a registered dietitian and metabolism expert, and let's dive on in. So, to get us started, you are in the right place if you've been frustrated with your lack of physical results. If you're wanting to lose body fat, if you're wanting to increase muscle, if you're wanting to lose weight, but you've never been able to see those physical results, no matter how much you've worked out, and you're feeling confused why nothing has worked for you so far. You feel like you've tried everything, and maybe you're good for a few days, but then you fall off the wagon and you feel like you eat pretty clean overall and you feel like you eat healthy overall, but you haven't seen the scale move. You haven't seen your body change in any way. And you are in the right place if you feel like your metabolism is broken and you want to look and feel your best. And you want to do that without dieting. You don't want to have to count calories. You don't want to have to track. So, the three things I'm going to teach you today: why you're not seeing results, so the mistakes that you are currently making, the strategy I recommend, and then the action steps to start taking action so you can start seeing results today, starting today. So, first off, if you don't know who I am, my name is Alli Tallman. As I mentioned, I'm a registered dietitian and metabolism expert. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm also a dog mom. I love to travel, I love to explore new restaurants, and I love to be outside. Disease prevention is so, so important to me and living a long, healthy life. So, therefore, when I am providing nutrition education in master classes, working with my one on one clients, things like that, really learning to eat and have a lifestyle that helps you to live a long, healthy life free from disease, feeling your best is so, so important for me. And, as a woman, I've also seen the pressures from diet culture and how it impacts women on a daily basis. I like to point out that I have been a registered dietitian for over 8 years, and I went to 6 years of schooling. Plus, I do continuing education every year to continue to be a dietitian. So I'm not just a nutritionist. I'm not just a health coach. I literally went to school for this. I worked with hundreds and hundreds of women to transform their health, their body, and their life without dieting. And I transform the health of busy women through flexible and balanced nutritional coaching so you can really fix your metabolism so you can never diet again and so you can feel your absolute best. I use a signature 3M method when it comes to nutrition in my individualized coaching, where you focus in on mindset, mindfulness, and metabolism. When it comes to my coaching and working with women such as yourself, I believe in a few different things. I believe in individualization. Anyone who's watching this masterclass, no two bodies are the same. No nutrition plans should be either. So, whatever diet you are following, your nutritional needs is going to be different than the next person. I believe in total flexibility and balance. You deserve to live a life that you love, which includes enjoying food wherever, whenever. As I mentioned when I was talking a little bit about myself, I love to travel. I love to explore restaurants. You deserve to be able to go out and enjoy food that you love and travel without feeling glued to some calorie restricted meal plan or carb restricted diet. I believe in total transparency. Nutrition and knowing what to eat can be overwhelming. There's so much misleading and confusing misinformation out there on the internet. It shouldn't be confusing. It should be straightforward. So I really believe in total transparency and having it simple and doable and straightforward. And I truly believe in life changing results. The women I work with are able to transform their health, as I mentioned, and really see results that they can stick with for life. So, as I said, my signature 3M approach is all focused on mindset, mindfulness, and metabolism. If you want to learn more about my approach, you can just scan this QR code and learn how it is truly unlike anything you've ever tried before. So, before we dive in, my thoughts on weight loss, as I have mentioned a couple times now, I do not believe in diets. I don't believe in calorie counting. I do not believe in tracking, but I do believe in feeling your best. And I know for some women that involves weight loss. So, the way that I work, and we're going to be talking about this today, is helping you to feel your best and doing so without dieting, but focusing on really the things that matter. So, things for your metabolism, things for your hormones. And my clients, the women I work with, are able to lose weight as a side effect of their plan, sometimes by eating more, sometimes by enjoying more of the foods that they love. So, here are some of your struggles, likely, if you are here. Maybe you have restricted yourself and then you overeat. Maybe you're overeating in secret. Maybe you have a lack of confidence in yourself and in your body. Maybe you're always feeling hungry because you're on low calorie diet after low calorie diet. Maybe you followed a strict diet plan and it just causes more anxiety. Maybe you have done yo-yo diet and every diet your weight goes down, but you can't stick with it, so your weight goes back up. Maybe you feel guilty and shameful for what you're eating every time you eat it. Some things you've tried likely to build muscle and reduce body fat. Maybe you've tried eating more protein, eating cleaner, eating less food, or like avoiding sugar or carbs overall. These are things that you've probably tried if you were here. So, knowing all these things about you, the things that you've tried and all of these struggles, I had this like aha moment when I started my coaching business. I knew that there had to be a better way than just calorie restriction and meal plans. So I ultimately designed my 3M method where we focus in not just on one thing, but actually all the things. So you can feel your best, but you can do so without feeling like you're in this box where you can't go out and enjoy yourself or you have to skip dinner because you overate early on. And that's why I utilize this three-phased approach when it comes to nutrition, because we're going to focus on all the things. And I'm going to give you a little sneak peek into this method and the exact coaching that I do today. So, getting us started, what is healthy eating? Healthy eating is not a low calorie diet. It is not only eating like approved foods, so like healthy foods versus bad foods. It's not being perfect and it's not a strict diet plan or meal plan. And instead, it's balanced. You're able to enjoy all foods. It's nourishment and fuel for your body. It's fun and it's paying attention to your body's internal cues. So we're going to start with the three things that I mentioned. The first one is why you're not losing weight and why you're not losing body fat and increasing muscle. So bullet point number one. So these are some things that you're probably doing. You are under eating. You're not eating enough for your metabolism and for your body and your workouts. Maybe you're eating well during the week, but you fall off track on the weekends. Maybe you're doing whatever for a short period of time, whatever diet it is, but you know it's not sustainable. Maybe you're eating the right nutrients, but maybe you're not eating the right amount. Or maybe you're not eating the right nutrients in general. Maybe you're just focused on protein, but you have no idea about fiber and healthy fats. You're eating inconsistently. So maybe, like I said, you're doing well during the week, but you're off track on the weekend. Or maybe you're a busy professional, busy mom, you're skipping meals, you're overeating, you're not in tune with your hunger or your fullness. And you have these arbitrary food rules, so you restrict. So these are some major reasons why I see women not losing weight. And I took this diet cycle graphic that I really love. This is the cycle that so many of you are in when it comes to your mindset. So, for example, maybe you tell yourself, I need to lose weight. I hate the way I feel. I hate the way I look. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to go on a diet. Someone at work told me about Noom or Weight Watchers. You're on that diet and you're like, oh, I hate this. I hate the way I feel. I have increased cravings. I have increased hunger. I have more stress. And but therefore, when you have a crappy day, you overeat and you break that food rule. You have a loss of control. You end up overeating. And then from there, because you have overeaten, you regain that lost weight and you feel shameful. Your metabolism sucks. You hate the way you feel now again. So you go back on another diet because you still hate the way you feel. And many women are stuck in this cycle year after year after year. And you're not alone. My client, Michelle, was the exact same way. When she joined my breakthrough program, she had tried diet after diet. This is what she wrote on her application. I lose the weight at first, but I can't keep up with it. I'm exhausted and still end up hating the way I look and feel. And after my program, she was down 20 pounds and felt amazing. And this is without dieting. This is actually with eating more, but she was actually eating the right amount for her body. And if you are working out, if you're very active and you're like, well, I'm putting in the work of the gym, you can't just eat more protein. You can't just eat veggies, eat clean, eat less processed foods. You have to do something more specific. And again, I always like to give like social proof here. My client, Mary, was the same. She was working out 4 times a week and she ate pretty clean overall. Like on paper, she ate pretty healthy, to be honest. But she was like, something must be wrong with my metabolism. So she joined my program, and this is mid program. She was down 8 pounds and she was feeling more confident. Her clothes fit better. And because she was actually honing in on the right things with her nutrition, instead of just like doing the general things, you're already putting the work in at the gym. Don't you deserve to see the results that you want to see if you're already putting in the work? So what is the strategy? What should you do? First off, you need something that's sustainable. If whatever you're doing now, whatever diet plan you're doing or you're tempted to do is something that you literally can't keep up with, like you can't do it 1 year from now, you don't see it, that's a red flag. So, red flags to look for is restriction, you can't keep up with, you can't go out or eat out or go on vacation, and it just adds more stress or overwhelm or anxiety to your life. Like, those are all red flags to look for. Now, again, three-phased approach, mindset wise. We need to reshift your mindset, reframe it that there's no restriction or no off limit foods. So there should be no good versus bad foods, and actually, all foods can fit. You want to make sure you are ditching that all or nothing mentality. And here's how you do so. I want you to make a list of good foods versus bad foods that you currently restrict and tell yourself are good. And then you want to slowly add in foods that were considered bad or off limits and think to yourself, like, what is the worst thing that's happening by allowing myself to eat these? You want to find eating habits that are manageable instead of that all in or all out mentality, and reflect how dieting and keep on reflecting, reminding yourself how dieting and that all or nothing mentality has literally never worked for you in the past. So therefore, it never will in the future. Now, the next thing is mindfulness. So, yes, a calorie deficit is important for weight loss, but it's important to do it through mindful eating strategies because you're able to do it without tracking. And again, we're all about sustainability here. If you're going to be tracking, it's not sustainable. You can't do tracking for life. If you've tracked, you've probably done tracking for a couple of weeks and then you fall off track tracking, and then you get back on for a couple of weeks and you do it off again. That's not going to work. Instead, having truly mindful strategies helps you to be in tune with your hunger and fullness and therefore eat the right amount for your body. And this includes things like navigating sweet cravings and carb cravings, like because you are the one in control and those foods don't control you. So, some steps to get started: pay attention to how food is making you feel. Eat without distractions. Stop eating in front of the TV, stop eating on the couch, pay attention to your food and enjoy it. You worked hard to get that food on that plate or cook it or even pay for that food itself. Like, eat without distractions and thoroughly enjoy it. Now, eat slowly and chew thoroughly. Some important things to think about. You want to make sure that you are actually eating for a way that your metabolism is boosted. And then reflect on why you're eating something. This is helpful for bored eaters, for emotional eaters, sweet cravings. Are you actually hungry or are you just eating because you're bored? Think of your why. And then lastly, here, metabolism. Again, three different phases. Focusing on things that are enjoyable and in terms of your plan, something that's easy to follow and sustainable. And instead of thinking of like restriction, reframing your mindset to nourishment and fuel for your body. And you need something that is tailored to your body and your unique needs. So for your metabolism, again, everyone's nutritional needs are different, but in general, eating at least 20 grams of protein at all meals and focusing on high protein snacks of at least 10 grams is a good place to start. You also want to make sure you're starting your day with protein. This is really appropriate for your metabolism as well as your hormonal balance. Now, one thing to think about: many individuals who want to lose weight, who want to increase muscle, they're all about protein, which is a great thing to focus on. However, you can't just focus on protein. My client Erica was the same way. She was like, I'm eating 100 grams of protein, I'm working out, I'm not seeing changes. You need to have a more specific plan than just protein. For Erica, there were so many different things that we tackled: her fiber, her healthy fats. She had a sweet craving, the timing of her food, all those specific things on her individualized nutrition roadmap. And after the program, she was down 4% body fat and her clothes were looser. I remember her work blouses were looser. And she was like, I'm feeling good. So it's not just about the protein. You need to time out your food. Maybe it's eating every 3 to 4 hours. You want to make sure you're getting in enough nutrients of fats and fiber and be consistent. You can't just eat healthy a few days of the week to see results. You have to constantly be consistent, not perfect, but consistent. Now, for workouts, if you're an active individual, eating carbs before your workouts is helpful, at least an hour before. And then after your workouts, eat carbs and protein at least an hour after. So you want to do it essentially an hour after in terms of that carbs and protein. So these are things to maximize results with your workouts. For meals, typically lunches and dinners, because I'm realistic. For your metabolism, and again, for weight loss or fat loss or muscle building, aim to make at least half your plate fruits and veggies, a quarter of your plate protein, and a quarter of your plate carb. And as you can see, dairy here, but this is like where the fat comes in. Now, these are things I recommend screenshotting this that you want to incorporate into each of those categories. So carbs, proteins, fats, and veggies. I'm not going to go into this. I'm not going to read everything on here because you all can read, but these are things to incorporate in terms of your day-to-day eating for your metabolism. So your action steps to seeing physical results. So if you're not seeing physical changes, you are doing one of those things wrong. And I want to give you some stats that more than 160 million Americans are on a given diet, and 95% of diets fail, and most will regain that lost weight. So for me, I'm like, why waste the time? Why waste the money? Why waste the energy on something that's not even proven to work? Diets are not proven to work. Instead, you need something that is sustainable. And if you are working out 3, 4, 5+ times a week and you aren't seeing physical changes, it's not the workout that's not working. It's not the workout. It is your eating and your nutrition plan. So I want you to reflect on this. Are you seeing the results that you want? If not, it's probably your nutrition plan. And again, I want you to think of these mistakes. You're doing the two generalized things. You're like, I'm eating healthy, I'm eating more protein, or maybe you're not eating enough for your workouts. Maybe you are inconsistent because you have that all or nothing mentality, or you're busy, or you're just winging it. Again, too generalized. And my client Samantha was the same way. She ate so well to a T during the week, but once the weekend came, she literally had no plan. This is what she wrote. She's like, I just want to be able to go out and enjoy myself, but also lose weight. She's like, I start over every Monday. After my program, she said, I'm down 10 pounds and I've never felt more free from dieting. She was still able to go to happy hour. She was still able to enjoy herself without feeling glued to tracking, without feeling like she couldn't enjoy a glass of wine. And that's what my program is about having that balance and flexibility and adaptability. And that's what you need in order to be consistent, in order to actually see the scale move, in order to actually reduce body fat and increase muscle. So your action steps, I want you to reflect after this, is look at what and how you eat now. Look at your eating habits, your patterns, what you're eating, how much. Think of the things I've talked about, your mindset, mindfulness, and metabolism. Which of these three things could you focus on? Or maybe it's all the above. And make a plan to target that specific area. Focus on like 1 or 2 goals that you could get started on. And then remind yourself there's always a way that you can monitor progress outside the scale. This can keep you motivated and held accountable. So things like your clothes fitting, your energy levels, your mood, your bloating, your skin changes. Like there are many things that can keep you going. But again, what you really need is not a diet plan. It's being mindful. It's having something to boost your metabolism, a sustainable plan. It's also having a healthy relationship with food that's not an all or nothing mentality. And if you're really trying to elevate your results and really maximize your potential, then you need a specific plan that's tailored to your body. You need support from an expert and you need someone to keep you accountable. So if you literally have no idea how much to be eating, if you just wing it every day and you've tried diet after diet without seeing results, and if you feel stuck and like literally nothing will work for you, and you're just like at your end of this your rope and you're like, I'm never going to reduce this body fat, I'm never going to increase muscle. And if you're working out, again, you're putting in the work at the gym, you need a change. You need to change, or else what is going to change? You're going to look back 3, 4, 5, 6 months from now, and you're going to be exactly where you're at now, or to be honest, potentially worse. And these were women of mine, clients of mine that I've worked with who were in the exact same place as you. They felt stuck. They worked out without seeing results. Felt like nothing was going to work. They felt lost. And one of them lost 15 pounds, more tone, less belly fat, less cravings. So I just want you to imagine if you woke up feeling like this every day, if you woke up feeling confident, having your clothes fit the way that you want them to, having more energy, not having bloating, feeling healthier and happier, and honestly more like yourself than ever, truly. Your next steps then, if you want this, if you want your life to look healthier and happier and feel more like yourself physically and mentally, emotionally, head here, fill out my program application. We will discuss your goals, we'll go over options, and we'll find the best fit for you. So head there, fill out my program application. It takes absolutely no time to fill out. So go fill it out, and then I will touch base. We'll discuss your goals. We'll go over options. So thank you so much for coming today. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions.